Welcome back. It's time for the Best Characters Fate episodes. It's Cagliostro. And we'd obviously already done episodes 1 to 5 here, so time for episode 6. I'm speaking from the heart here. Oh, yes.
Lyria and Vern became a regular fixture at the studio. They said they wanted to be there when Shanae finished her latest piece. I felt much the same. Her pieces were charming, even while portraying the thin line between life and death. Rare to get drama like that outside of a novel. But my true reason for visiting was out of concern, not interest. She was battling an unpredictable disorder, so I wanted to be around should the worst come to pass.
Aww. That's really sweet.
Could you stick around for a few? I need to run out and buy a few things.
You dare waste my time with your foolish errands? Fine, but at least be quick about it.
I like the standoffish nature. When we know it's like, nah, you want to stick around. We know this.
After Heimel left, Shanae waved me closer to her bed.
After all you've done, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but...
Her voice quivered. She was plainly troubled.
I don't know if I could say this. Wow. Okay, I want my brother to be free. I don't want to bind him any longer.
Tears began to gloss her eyes.
Without me holding him back, he could find someone and settle down. He has such a kind heart. He needs to share it. If I'm ruining his life, then I would rather not be in it at all. Please take...
Cagliostro will not stand for this.
I interrupted her.
Good.
I don't condone this, and I doubt your brother would either.
Yeah, the very curt tone there.
Oh boy. If there was ever a time to talk about my past, this was it.
That's a fair point. Could you transfer her consciousness, her soul, into another body of some sort? Could you create another body?
Look, I've been in your shoes. There was nothing the village doctors could do, and I was abandoned by damn near all the townsfolk. For the dying, hope was cheap. It was better to look inevitability in the face and maintain some of your dignity. But there was one person who stood beside me. My light. My rock. My sister. She was with me the entire time, keeping me warm in the shadow of death. And in turn, I gave her the comfort of company, not being alone in this world. I continued to detail memories of my sister, over 2,000 years old, hoping that Shanae would get the point. She hung on to every word.
Don't stop there. I was intrigued. I was interested. Oh, very well. Episode 7. Shanae's Wish. That's how you say her name, right? I want to say Shnee, but that's not how they're saying it, so. Yeah, oh, what happens here?
When I concluded my story, to my disappointment, Shanae seemed to pick up the wrong message.
How did you get better?
Ah. Yeah, that's the key there. That would definitely be my question as well, to be honest.
Simple. The curse of genius. I developed an entire school of magic and abandoned my wretched body.
Yeah, like, what is stopping you essentially doing the same for her?
I couldn't suppress a proud grin. She nodded along, not quite understanding. I couldn't blame her. Few people had the opportunity to learn the glory of alchemy, especially in these far-flung Cygames. Imagine your body is a jar and your soul is water. I created a fresher, cuter jar and poured my soul into it.
You can do that sort of thing?
Again, what's stopping you helping her do that?
Shanae cupped her mouth in surprise. Don't insult me. There's nothing I can't do.
Well, see, now you've opened yourself up to potential failure there. Potential. I don't know.
She grew silent as gears began to whir in her head. A few moments later, she stared at me with pleading eyes and spoke.
Give her a new body.
Could you do it for me?
Well, that was predictable.
Yeah. It's so predictable, it's like, what's stopping you? Like, you clearly care, even though you're standoffish, you clearly care. So what's stopping you? That's the bit of information I need.
But I could relate to her predicament, and that alone made me want to help. If you really want to go through with this, I can make you a jug too. However, you should know.
Yeah, what's the downsides? What's the problem here?
It wasn't going to be simple. A soul swap was messy on an experienced alchemist's psyche, much less a mundane girl's. Nor would I be around to perform maintenance down the line.
Ah, right, yeah, there's complications to this, right? That's the key thing here.
It could very well be a fast track to the grave. And to inhabit an alchemized body was to stray from the natural order. She would forever be a false life form. Shanae had no knowledge of the arcane. She was struggling to grasp these factors. And what's worse, I didn't have the decades needed to explain the details. So I opted for a simpler route, and explained the side effects in more mortal terms.
I think we'd appreciate that as well. We haven't got decades to go through these Fate episodes.
Even if your memories, knowledge, and personality make the jump, you will never feel the same. Your senses will feel foreign. Your fine motor skills will be dulled. In short, goodbye, art.
Ah, I like the route this is taking. Because, yeah, she's good at art, and that will be gone.
Take, for example, the sky. We each paint it in our own way. One may clumsily blob some white on a blue background, while others might choose a deeper hue or express the clouds with more definite contours. Art is a negotiation between the artist's mind, eye, and hand. And if 2/3 of that equation were to change, then the artist might as well be a different person altogether.
I like the logic there. Yeah.
Even I, genius that I am, took centuries to adapt to this process. Finally, it means you won't be human. You'll have to maintain your body like a machine, and you'll never have children. Is any of this sinking in?
I think these are very much key points for her. But then, what choice is she gonna make?
But
Shanae looked down at her hands, as if it were the first time she had ever seen them. It was never an easy decision. Even my sister begged me not to abandon my mortality, right until I made the hop into a new vessel.
Ooh, I do like this story. Sibling squabble. It's a hard one. Okay. I gotta play as Cagliostro? Oh, I wonder if I know how to play as Cagliostro. Who knows? We'll find out. Haha, yes, quite. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
The silence was deafening. Shanae was considering her past, and what abandoning it would mean for her future. I observed her until I grew impatient. There's no reason you have to make up your mind now. As long as you found an answer before we sail out of this skydom, I can help you either way. Capiche? I turned to leave, causing the bedridden girl to lunge after me.
wait! I don't care about losing my art. If it will free Heimel to live his life, then my choice is clear.
Her tears were pierced by a genuine smile.
The issue I have in my head is, will Himmel see you as the same person, essentially? What are his views on it? We need to know.
She bore the pain of losing her creative soul and the joy of gaining a liberated brother. Even with my infinite understanding of the universe, I could not say which of those emotions was stronger. You sure you don't want to talk to him first?
I feel like she should. if she's doing it for him, you should ask him. If it was for herself, nah, she didn't need to. But the fact he's a factor in her decision, he needs to know.
She shook her head. I felt a small pang of regret.
Yeah.
I led her down this path because I, on some level, felt we were alike in our suffering. But the truth was, I had an, I won't say easier way out. The same solution applied to Shanae's problem would be far more complicated. If anything, I felt like I understood Heimel's position more. He would simply want what was best for his sister.
But the question is, what does he see as best for Shanae? The only way to know is to ask him.
Just like how my own sister had wanted what was best for me. After leaving the studio, I made a list of all the materials the procedure would require. It was going to be a pain in the homunculus to gather everything, so I enlisted the crew to help.
Homunculus? Isn't that the name of the funny bone? Like the scientific name of the funny bone?
I had my sights set on the Pillar of Vayoi. Due to the high concentration of arcane energy, the materials found there made for powerful alchemical reagents.
It's not. That was a joke, in case you're wondering.
Wait till you see. Shanae's paintings are breathtaking, and I'm not just saying that. The world needs her talent.
Curse that proud face of yours, Heimel. Look what you've made me do.
Oh dear.
Come on now. Adventure time!
Really? Doesn't feel appropriate.
Cagliostro's coming for your cores, Mr. and Mrs. Spirit People!
And while I'm at it, I might pick up a few alchemical reagents in the process. Great. This won't help anyone.
It was useless. Need some quality materials, not that rubbish. Maybe this red dot here.
Useless trash.
This is nonsense. Up here, maybe? Ah, red dot.
Yay! This'll do the trick!
The Twilight Sphere. It's one of the dark essences.
Look at all those spirits! What do you call a group of them anyway? A herd? A flock?
I call it target practice. Now come on. We need dark and light cores.
Quang.
Hooray! Finders keepers! Sounds like we're making good time.
Again, I really like Cagliostro. Just the changing personalities. Oh, here we are, here we are.
Ribbon tied. Spells ready. Components gathered.
That's it for all of our elemental components. Now, if only we can track down an effigy.
An effigy? Two dark and one light, though.
Cagliostro knows everybody wants to cuddle up to her. You're icky.
Alright then. That was strange. Is it gonna be some kind of boss fight here, though, maybe? Even though it's Horde? Ah, just stronger types.
Hi.
Now, I need to blast you into alchemic dust.
I think I'm starting to feel sorry for the spirit.
Let's dance.
You're scary when you act. Did I do great or what? It's the last one.
Lovely.
Excellent. Throw a few spirit guts in the old extractor, and we'll have prime crystals on our hands.
What now? Don't worry about it, Mr. Lizard. Wanna head back to town?
Do-do-do-do-do.
Cagliostro, over and out.
Let's go!
When we returned to the studio, Heimel was a flustered whirlwind.
Schnee told me everything. Please, we refuse to let you change her body.
We, or is that your decision? Again, what are the details here?
We were shocked to hear his refusal. Well, Vern and Lyria were. I had been expecting it. I'd like to hear the reason from her mouth. She's the one suffering, after all. What right do you have to speak for her?
I think that's fair. A bit aggressive, but the logic is there. It's similar to my logic, so...
He grimaced.
Schnee has dreamed of being a successful artist ever since she was small. Even after the fever started, she's put her entire soul into her art. And finally...
In his fervent voice, you could hear how long he'd been supporting his sister, praying for her success. And now, after years of hard work, she'd made it. She had recently been invited to participate in an exclusive exhibit, a privilege apparently afforded to very few.
Finally, Schnee will be recognized for her talent. If we throw away her chance now, what will that mean for her future? Or her legacy?
I wasn't sure whether he was gritting his teeth or his fists tighter.
Schnee's been waiting so long for this. Why add this darkness to her life now?
Because you deserve to live your life too, Heimel.
Brother and sister stood opposed, on opposite sides of their future.
I've never thought of you as a burden. I supported you because I love you. It's a blessing to watch you create.
No one doubted his words.
Yeah, I believe that aspect.
More than anything, he wanted Shanae's efforts to bloom into something beautiful. He wanted her future years to remain bright. If her dreams were so close to coming true, he reasoned, then why abandon everything now? He had a point.
Yeah, is there the potential to achieve her dreams and then transfer her soul? Can we do both?
But he'd never been in Shanae's position before. I had. And I knew what needed to happen this time.
Yeah, oh. I've got an extra slot for Cagliostro. That would have helped in the past for me. But
Hello there.
not at the moment. Depends if we get any DLC or anything. Right, so. Familial bonds.
Shanae's attitude changed after hearing her brother's plea.
Oh.
Cagliostro, forgive me. I was selfish, looking for a quick fix. But now, I know I should face this disease and live my life the way I meant to.
You're not looking for a quick fix. You're trying to solve problems. It's understandable. Like, no.
Figures. You needed time to process your options.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, that was the reason why I asked Heimel about his objections in front of Shanae. She needed to hear his part.
Again, that's what I was saying. We needed his opinion on it. She needed to take that in, see what happened. We needed that information if it was based around his happiness. That's what we needed. Good.
We're sorry for wasting your time. We know it wasn't easy to gather all those components for a new body.
It was actually quite easy, mate.
New body? Doesn't ring a bell.
Wait. What were you collecting then? And why?
But you said you would give Schnee a new vessel.
Right into my trap. I reached into my pocket and pulled out a bottle of pills and a note, handing them to Shanae.
What did you do?
I present to you my genius medicine for slowing the progress of Lycerian fever syndrome. I calculate it's 3 times more effective than the previous tonic. Not hard to manufacture either. I'll give you the recipe. Stop by Sierra's sometime, and she'll help you fill it within 2 to 3 business days.
Devious.
Wait, Cagliostro, so why did we go all the way to the Pillar of Vayoi?
It wasn't obvious? I needed some stronger base reagents to help synthesize the first batch. My crewmates looked at me with irritation. But when you've lived as long as I have, sometimes you need to spice things up with a few pranks.
Yep, I'm on board with that.
While we're on the topic, I did a little more research. Experts say that ley lines rebalance themselves after a number of years. Problem is, most people die before it can happen. But with my new prescription, you should be able to make it long enough. No sweat.
Oh!
Cagliostro, how can we ever repay you? You are everything to this family.
Shanae was so overcome with emotion, she couldn't express her own thanks. I didn't mind her silence, though. Excess sentimentality always spoiled the mood. We had more important topics to discuss anyway. Right, so about payment. The founder of Alchemy developed a new medication specifically for your family. That's gonna cost ya.
Oh my.
Heimel swallowed, readying himself for the worst.
Is this another prank? What are you gonna do?
I'm a fool. You're absolutely right. We don't have much in the way of money or valuables, but we'll do whatever it takes to...
I think there's been a misunderstanding. You don't get to decide my reward. Are we clear? Shanae and Heimel both nodded in fearful silence.
You could just tell at this point. You're just playing with them.
Seeing harmony restored to the studio was a wonderful feeling. I even allowed myself to bask in memories of my sister as a treat.
Right, what is it? What is it? Come on. That's the final episode. You wish you were as cute as moi.
Sometime later, I was visiting Ciero's shop in Folca. You have my payment from Shanae and Heimel?
Sure do. It's a big one, so take good care of her.
Big what? Big what?
From behind the counter, Ciero pulled out a canvas displaying the world's cutest girl. Clear skin, dewy eyes, and a mischievous smile, all framed by soft golden locks. Utter perfection.
Not that I have to explain it to you, but lots of folks have said they'd like to buy this pretty picture. I had to fight off all the amateur art collectors.
Of course. Who wouldn't want a portrait of me? Though I was the only one worthy of owning such a masterpiece.
I was surprised to hear you knew Lady Shanae. Must be a fancy lady, being a master and all.
You know what I could do? That would be really funny? Is get a canvas print, maybe actually get it painted or something. Put a picture of Cagliostro on a canvas and give it to Sarah as a gift. Because that would just be hilarious to me. To be like, why? It's like, you know why. Think about it like, oh yeah. Yeah, the Fate episode's like, yep.
Wait, master?
Indeedy. Youngest artist declared a master in a good long while. She's really made a name for herself in the market. Here, just got this piece in today.
I had seen it before. It filled me with a resonant vitality, just as it had in that cozy little studio. But now it was accompanied by a price tag of a whopping 5 million rupees.
Whoa.
I think I'll add this one to my collection. In all my years of filling vessels with spirits, I had never procured an object with as much soul as Shanae's painting. I had to have it.
Are you sure? That's my biggest budget breaker.
I laughed. A few million rupees for a miracle? Chump change. Unbeknownst to Ciero Carte, I got away with the steal.
I really like Cagliostro. Really do. Again, I don't think we're going to be able to actually see these pictures, are we? It's just going to be a description of the pictures. That's what it's going to be. And that's what it's going to be. Right. Let's have a look. Just in case. Maybe it's in the inventory. Rather than in here. No, it's not foes. Maybe like, because we got these. No image. Would have been nice to see them. Would have been nice. Would have been nice. I doubt we, like, is it a key thing? Like, maybe, like, they could have had it here as a picture. Instead of the Veil Armament. Armament? I don't know. Right, but anyway. That's us done with Cagliostro's Fate episode. So coming up next for us will be Yodaha and the fishing. Itchy head again. Itchy head again. But yeah, 4 to go. We'll see you in the next part with Yodohara. Ta-da for now.